Now we're going to quickly go over the ribbon spread. Basically a table move. You've seen it before. I'll show you what it looks like here, and I'm going to bring it down to the floor because normally you'd want like a felt sort of surface on top of the table. So I'm going to use the carpet because I don't have a poker table right here. Well, I do have a poker table, but it's got writing on it and it makes it really gritty to work with. So I'll just bring it down here to the floor. So what you want to do is you want to hold the deck in your right hand and you want to spread the cards over with your index finger. Now I'll go over that a little more in depth when I get back close, but I want to show you what it looks like at first. So that's your basic ribbon spread, okay? And there's a couple cool ways to clean it up here. Do the spread and put your right hand at the right side of this, and with your left hand push them all over and then swoop them up with your right hand just like that. Do that again, very easy. Just push it over slowly. Oh, these are old cards. I didn't want to use my new cards on the carpet here, so they're not the best cards. But you put your right hand here, left hand pushes them over, swoop it on over. Now there's a couple more variations I'll go through very quickly, where you actually take one card from this side and then you start the spread with your right hand at the right side and push them all over with that card, and then put that card back with the deck. You can also do what's called twin peaks, where you push the cards halfway and then you get both sides going evenly. Just like that. Push this back over, swoop them over like that. Tons of variations you can do with this. Be inventive. You know, you could even, if you did a nice close span, nice close spread, I mean, and you can just kind of push them from this side over like that. You know, there's a lot of things you can do with this. It's a great utility move.
Welcome to the final frontier. Sole position, RJ.
You basically want to strike the deck right about there with your index finger, and you want to push down at that point. You don't want to like spread with this finger, but you want to put pressure right there. And then with the tip of the finger, you want to evenly spread the cards. I'll show you what I mean here. You want to apply even pressure the whole way through. You usually want to start off pretty slowly. The slower you go, the more magical it looks, because they are getting distributed pretty much evenly. It's a good thing, depending on how much pressure you use, you can make a nice long one, and that could spread pretty long. I still have a ton of cards here I didn't spread on that one because my table's not big enough, but you could really get a nice long spread with practice. So again, you just put pressure there, downward, and then spread them along, and just bevel it as you go. You know, the grip is very simple. The grip is basically your thumb and your ring and your pinky on the side like that. Leave your middle finger free, and just with your index finger, bring it on like that. Okay, so that's that. We're not going to spend too much time on that. We want to get into some other easy cuts and slides you can do inside your hand. The first thing we're going to go over is the swing cut. This is a utility move that I use in pretty much every trick I've ever done, ever. It's a fancy way to cut the cards from one hand to the other. It just looks really cool, and it's a really good thing to learn, and we're going to go over it now. Let me get a new deck here. This is what it looks like. This one's called the swing cut. There's a couple other cuts called the swing cut, but I'm pretty sure this is the original swing cut. The reason for that is you're going to pry off half of the index and swing it over into the left hand. So hold it, and this is your left hand mechanics grip, and this is your right hand biddle grip. Okay? And you're going to want to put it in right hand biddle grip for this one. And with your index finger here, thumb and index, and the middle finger. Those are the three fingers you're going to use here. You're going to cut half up with the index finger, push it over. The thumb, you're going to put that pack right in the crook of the thumb and let it, kind of ride on the pack and take it with the left hand, put the other hand a half on top. Swing it over, right hand breaks it open, left hand thumb on top in the crook of the thumb, bring it over, right hand slaps the remaining pack on top. Very simple thing, very easy thing, and it's something I urge you to learn and make it smooth. Now there's a couple variations on this as well. You can do multiple cuts, take off small packets at a time. It gets harder when the deck gets smaller, but it's basically the same thing you were doing, just repeating it. So slowly, take a little bit off, put it into mechanics grip in the left hand, do the exact same thing again, put it into mechanics grip, do the same thing again, load them in there, and last one just slap on top. It's a real good way to give the deck a couple final cuts and make it look pretty. Now you want to do it slow at first, but you're going to want to do this rapidly once you get up to speed. So the moment your left thumb comes and grabs this deck, already with your right hand you're ready to pry even before you're coming back in. So it's going to be a real smooth motion here. 1, 2, it's not a hard thing to do, but it looks very good. Okay, so that's the swing cut. There's another version of the swing cut, maybe I should go through that right now. The other swing cut is you hold it in right hand biddle grip just like before, but with your left index finger you're going to pry off half from the back of the pack, pivot it around your middle finger on the deck, and slap the rest on top. So again, pry about half off from the back, swing it over your middle finger around the front with your index, drop it into your left hand, drop the rest on top, and that's your swing cut. They both look equally as cool. This one you might find a bit cooler. You could also do the multiple cuts with this one. Doesn't matter. Very simple thing, a very pretty thing to do. Very pretty thing. So again, hold it in your right hand just like that. With your left index finger, you're going to pry off some cards, rotate them around your middle finger on your right hand, and then drop them into your left hand and put these on top just like that. That's swing cut variation number 2, I guess. So I went through the ribbon spread and the swing cut, and we'll see what's next. Alright.
I'm simply wild about my good cocaine. A lot of babies in the cradle in New Orleans. The doctor kept a whip until the baby got me. Doctor.
Next is the double undercut.
It could smell no more, Lord, go. Doctor, ring the bell, the women in the alley. I'm simply wild about my good cocaine.